Hey, what's up guys, it's TM4K from Tech Entourage. Welcome to the first episode of Excel Guide. In today's episode, we are going to start our first introduction of an Excel sheet. So without any further ado, let's roll that intro. Well, for the start, this is how an Excel sheet looks like. Excel sheet is composed from different panels as it appears here. We have almost a lot of panels here. Today we are going to be talking about this home panel. Okay, so we have the insert panel, page and layout panel, formula panel, data, review, view, help, and Foxit PDF panel. For this Foxit PDF panel, you may not have it in your Excel sheet. For example, if you are installing or you already installed a different PDF reader service, you may have the same PDF service that you have already installed, the same name already integrated in this panel. As I know, Adobe PDF Reader or Acrobat and Foxit and Neutral have these integrated plugins in Excel. For the rest of providers, I really don't know. So let's stick into our home panel and let's explain every option available in the home panel one by one. We are not going to be explaining everything in a very deep details. We are going through because for each option in the upcoming videos we will be more detailing in all of these options and how every option or every single option works. Well, for first look, we have this panel here with a lot of options, and we have here the tab for the sheet. We have a plus tab if you want to add a sheet or something like that, and you can also delete it from here. We have the slider to move around our sheet, and the slider size can be increased or decreased as we want. We have the preview option here if you want to see it like this or like this, or for example like this. So most of the time I use this view. Also we have the zoom in options. For example, if you want to zoom in or zoom out as it requests or the type of work that you are performing on the Excel sheet. So the first, in the left area, we have the paste, cut and copy options. Well, it is too common for all of you for these options. All people know how cut and copy and paste stuff. And we have the format painter. The format painter works as a painter. For example, if let's type work, and let's say we want it on this this font and this big. Okay, no, sorry, this font and this big. Okay, so we have, let's say that we have a lot of stuff, let's say like this, and we want to make them all the same. With the format painter we can do that. So now we have the same format, the same size and the same font. Okay, this is the first panel. For the second panel, it's all about text. The fonts, the sizes of the font, you can make it bigger or smaller. And this is for the type of the font, for bold or underline and not underline, or regular or italic or something like that. And this one is for the background color. For example, if you want to add a colored background like this one, you want to choose another color, for example the orange or the blue. And this one is for the font color, the text color. Let's say we want to make it orange like this. And this one is for the cells. Let's say you have a set of cells. For example, we have all these cells and we are working on them. So we need to separate between them with some high contrast or clear line. So we want our separation to be more clear just to view it. So you can, for example, separate them with black lines, or for example you can make a thick separation like this, for example, to separate this area from this area. So, and there is a lot of options that you can do, including the color of separation or borders. You can choose different color for your borders and separations. Okay, let's move to the next section. Next section is all about where to put your text. I mean the alignment of the text and the positioning of the text. For example, if we have this text here, want to put it in center and also in center, or maybe upper or down. For example, let's make this cell a little bit bigger in order to recognize the differences. Okay, here is higher, here down, here higher, here in center, here left and right. And also we have this option for the orientation of the text. Let's say we want it from up to down, or from vice versa, from down to up, or something like that, from the left to the right. Or we can play with the text as much as we want by using these options. Here you can also align your text based on any degree you want. For example, if you want to make your text like this one, so you have it. And if you want to redo any things, so all you have to do is to back, and you are in the initial phase of your work. And these options are for the text and paragraph, also for line and new paragraph statements or stuff like that. And this section here is also for cells, not text but for cells. Let's say that I want to make these cells 1, 2, 3, 4 under one common cell. For example, we can merge them like this. So all these cells are under this cell. Okay, let's make it, let's delete all of this to make it a little bit more clear. And let's copy. Okay, everything is the same. So let's say you have a big title here, and or a task here, and several subtasks or several sections that I want to make them under one unique header section, something like that. Okay, I can merge them like this and put the borders, okay, like this. And like this we have all the borders, and our head section is so obvious. So this is the head section with merged cells, and the underlined cells are all together under the head cells. This is for merging. And this option over here is for the text, not the cells. Okay, let's make this a little bit bigger, and let's type a lot of text here, a lot. Okay, so as you can see, not all the text is obvious to us to see it. So in order to see it, we click the cell and click this option over here, write text, to make all the text obvious in the cells in the selected cell, to see it all of it, okay, to gain more space and to have a text more viewable and more clear to us. So the next section is about the data that we are inserting in a certain cell. So for example, in Excel we can deal with a lot of kind of data, let's say numbers, date, percentages, just simple text or general text or stuff like that. So how can we tell Excel that we are dealing with certain type of data? Okay, here it comes, the role of this section over here. Let's say I'm having a date, for example, let's say 10th of 10th and 2/10. Okay, here we can deal with it. If I tell him it's a long date, I will get the long date option, short date option. And if I put general, so Excel automatically convert the data, thinking that it's a general data, not a date. So we need to be more careful with this option in order to set and separate all our data types in Excel and make them understood and make them sorted. So let's go back and put it as a short date, and here we have, let's say we have a simple number, say 2018, or let's say for example 60. It's still a date, so I have to go back and make it a number, so it's 60 now. Let's say that we are dealing with the percentage. This 60, let's say that this 60 number has came up from a rule that I already have made from another sheet or something like that, or it is a result of a rule that I already have made or a calculations that I already have made, and this 60 is a percentage of something. So if I'm demonstrating the 60 to a viewer as 60, he may not understand that it's a 60%. So in order to make it clear, let's sort it as a percentage to make it clear. And from these little options over here, we can make the zeros after the comma, we can manage them. Let's say I want more zeros after the comma, or less zeros after the comma. Okay, so this is it. We can manage our data from this small panel or this small section over here. We have some other options here about mathematical calculations and stuff like that, and we are going to be explaining all these options in details, with more details in the upcoming videos. So let's jump to the next section over here, which is the table and section. Well, the first option over here is for the rules that we can apply in our Excel sheet. So we are not going to get deeper in this section because it takes a lot of time, and an entire video is going to be made only for this section. Okay, so this is only for the rules that we can apply on our Excel sheet. There are different rules and different calculations and different type of rules that we can apply, starting by using this panel over here, or this section over here. Next to that, we have the table section. let's delete everything here, go back to 0, and let's say that I have some kind of set of data that I want to work on. Let's say that I have date, names, for example, let's say age, something like that, and I have a different set of data, for example 2018, and let's say name George, and the age is 18. Let's say we have Amel, let's say Amel and John, and they have, for example, 23 and 44. Okay, so we have this data here, and we are going to deal with it. To make it easier for us to deal with data is to sort it in a table. Let's put them table. Let's choose a template. There are a lot of choices for templates. Let's choose this one, for example. Okay, so here is our table. As you can see, with the filter option inserted automatically, as soon as we assign our table, the filter option comes automatically, and we have more nice and clear background for the data that we are using. So this option is for the tables and the template of tables that we can use in our Excel sheet. Next to that, we have this option here is for the format of the cells that we are working on the Excel sheet. It's all about the font and the background color and the text color or the font color and the size also. We have a lot of grading and the color mixing options, border options, love that, and we can get more deeper for this option in the upcoming video. So next to that, we have this section which is related to cells. Okay, let's say that I want to insert a cell inside between this one and this one. We select this one and insert cell, and here we are, we have a new cell. Okay, sorry, I didn't want to put it here, I want to delete it, I want to put it here. Okay, it's too easy. You go back to here and delete the row, and everything goes back to its initial state. This section here is related with the cells, adding cells, inserting rows or columns, or deleting rows or columns, and also managing the format. And here also some protecting and locking options for the cells, which we are going to be explaining more about these options in the upcoming videos. So next to that, we have this section for editing, and for this option here, it's all about mathematical rules and option, and this one is about the filling, auto filling option. For example, if I select a cell and make fill, let's say down, it will start filling down based on the upper cell, and it's the same with the left and the right and the upper options. And we have some other options here that we can explain more about them in the upcoming videos. Next to that, we have the clear option over here, which we can choose which type of clearing we are looking for clearing just the text, clearing the entire format, clearing the content, clearing the rule and leaving the text. A lot of options here that we can take. It's all about deleting and clearing the data from the cells. We have the filtering options also over here. The filters are the options that allow us to filter the data that we are working on based on any certain type of data that we choose. For example, we filter on dates, or we filter on oldest and newest, or for example filtering on some kind of there are a lot of options that we can perform in the filtering option in Excel, and we can go through that bit by bit in the upcoming videos. More is going to be clear to us. So let's jump to the next section, and which is the search section. And this option here is the main option which is responsible for the find or go to any places or rows or cells, specific rows or specific cells for looking to some specific or certain data inside our Excel sheet. It's very powerful, this option. I really like it, and I really use it every day for to treat the data in Excel. So this is very important option, which we can get with more details about it in the upcoming videos. This is the first video, and we want to make it brief and simple, just to know the main function for an Excel sheet from the first look. So for the options, that we have in the first panel, which is the home panel. Also we can pin or unpin the panel from that option. Let's go back to home and pin it again. And if you are dealing with a small laptop or stuff like that, you can just unpin it to get more view for your Excel sheet. Let's pin it again. And also for the data, if we are dealing with a huge amount of data and we cannot see it in the cell, for example like this one, you can always use the bar here, which is a projection of the cells that you are working on, in order to see the data in a more clear and more visible way. And you can increase the size of this bar by clicking this button over here to get it more to get more space to see the data that you are working on. So this is it for today's video. It was about the home, and it's a brief walking through the options that we will face by opening an Excel sheet. So that was a short tutorial and a brief explanation about the home panel in Excel sheet. At least we can know more about the buttons and the options on an Excel sheet on the home panel. More tutorials are coming every week in Excel guides section, so please stay tuned, and till the next week, all I have to say is thank you for watching. Peace.